I'm Sue Cross, and I came from Boston, Massachusetts. And I came to the training, I thought, to learn how to be a coach. And I wasn't really sure what that would look like, but I thought it would be a lot of how-to. I really came not knowing what to expect, to be honest with you. And I have to tell you that I have been really quite amazed by the experience. I feel like I know now less than I did when I first came, in the sense that I'm not trying to think about coaching from the intellect anymore. And I've landed in a whole new appreciation. First of all, in my understanding of the principles, I had an insight that although I could see that brilliant innate health and light and life in my clients, who are people living with Alzheimer's, people at the end of life, and I could see it in everyone I met. What I didn't realize is I wasn't seeing it in me. That I hadn't, that sort of, that connection, the fact that that essence, that diamond within is always within me. Whether I'm feeling insecure or afraid or happy or upset, whatever it is I'm feeling, that diamond is still within me, and I am able to live from that place and to see the rest of it as this sort of ephemeral, passing, kind of fleeting thought and what I'm creating with my thinking. So that was a lovely insight. But I think that the biggest takeaway for me from this experience has been learning how to deep listen, which I thought I knew how to do. I thought that coaching was a doing. And what I have come to see is that coaching is really a being. And that really all it takes is to sit with another human being and connect soul to soul, and to listen deeply. And one of the best parts of this retreat, this training, is that we got a lot of opportunities to practice with people, which at first scared me. But that's actually where so much of the gold came for me. When you're sitting in front of somebody and really kind of entering into the not knowing, because we really don't know. Whenever we sit down in front of someone, we really have no idea what their needs are and what their issues will be. And so to just really listen and trust the wisdom and the knowing that will come from them, not from me. So I came here thinking that I would be learning strategies and techniques for helping people, to coach them. And what I learned is that the answers and insights truly will only ever come from them. I can point in a direction. Sometimes something will land, sometimes something, won't land. But the more quiet I become and the more connected and present, the more the other person is able to really fall into their own knowing and their own wisdom, their own connection to wisdom. And that has been a really huge seeing for me, a huge realization. And it makes me feel a lot more excited about coaching, because it's really all about just connecting with other human beings and giving them a chance, giving them some space to connect with their own inner light. People connecting with their wisdom. One of the things that I've really noticed in life, and working with people who are living with Alzheimer's has taught me this. We think that they're the ones who are missing everything, But they actually are living in a kind of presence that most of us don't really experience throughout our day. We're rushing. We're completely caught up in our own thinking, the busyness of our lives. We're not actually where we are. We're not really connecting. And so what I was really touched by this these past 5 days is what a gift, what a huge gift it is to give someone the experience of being listened to so that they can then listen to themselves. So what you're really giving them is an opportunity to listen deeply to how they need to be guided from within, and just to kind of hold that space for them. And to see, for me, I mean, I feel like it really is kind of a sacred space. I think lives change from that space because, and it really is so much from the unknown. Because, what we know is so stale and so old, and it's what gets us what we already have. If we want to create anything in our lives, anything new, anything beautiful, if we want to grow, if we want to love differently, if we want to uncover to the brilliance of who we really are, that's all about opening to what we don't know. And so that has been another lesson from this training. So I'm pretty shocked by how much I feel I got out of the experience. I would recommend it for anybody, whether you want to specifically coach people, whether you want to have more beautiful relationships with families, with friends, if you want to kind of integrate it into whatever work you're doing. It's relevant because it's how we work. We are the principles in action, understanding that and seeing it in other people. I think one of the greatest lessons for me was just watching other people kind of open to their brilliance and to shine. And I guess the last thing I'll say is that in sitting with others and learning to listen more deeply and to see the the beauty, the grace, the ease of that, I also saw that I need to listen to myself more in this way, that there's a deep listening that I can do. So I think that's all I can say. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have come here. It was a long way to come, so it felt like a big deal. But coming to Spain, if I could just say a plug for this country, it's been many places in the world, and this has been an incredible adventure. So it was really my first time spending any quality time with Jack Pransky and with Gabriella. And I had never met Gabriella, actually. I had met Jack at a talk that he had given in my area. And so I really didn't know what to expect from either of them. And I think I just want to reflect for a minute on how, first of all, what an unbelievable team they are. They're very, very different. And yet they work together like a little symphony of two. Bringing all of us in as instruments in like the most perfect of ways. Jack was more kind of laid back and would just kind of come out with these gems. And Gabriella did a lot of storytelling. And I have to tell you, I learned so much from her stories. She's an incredible storyteller. And it's through the stories that the principles came to life for me. All the different kinds of people that she works with and the different ways that she shows up with them, never having a plan, never having an agenda, never having a way to do it, but just really showing up and listening and giving them whatever it is they need. That was extremely powerful learning for me. And I love the way that Jack kind of boiled things down very simply by pointing out that we are either kind of caught up in the illusion that we're creating with our thinking, or we're in alignment with our essence, and we're living from one place or the other. And to understand, and I think that's what helped me kind of come to this realization of, for lack of a better metaphor, that diamond, that part of us that just shines brightly and can't be broken and can't really be covered up, and can't be lost. It's always there. The the way in which he boiled it down really helped me see that with great clarity. But what a dynamite team they are, and I'm so excited to have had the chance to get to know them. And one more thing, every single person that came to the workshop was somebody I'd want to spend time with. I mean, I just felt like, once again, my tribe is growing, and so beautiful to meet these sort of kindred spirits, and to kind of share the adventure together. Made a lot of friends. So thank you. I'm very grateful.